Hey there guys, welcome to a new video of the Zeke Said So YouTube channel, of the Zeke Said So Pictures YouTube channel. You know, I haven't done a traditional Zeke Said So video, jeez, like a video like this in, I don't know, 5 years? 5 years? I've mostly saved my long form content for podcasting. And yes, you know, if you want 2 hour long discussions, you can go to the podcast. The Zeke Said So podcast. Link in the description. But I wanted to start doing this now that I have my backdrop, and now that I have a desk, and I have lights and a tripod. I'm gonna be doing more professional looking videos in the future. So yeah, this is what we're doing. We're getting back to basics, taking the Zeke Said So Pictures YouTube channel back to its original glory. When I first started this YouTube channel from my bedroom closet 9 years ago. It's crazy. Next year will be 10 years since I started this YouTube channel. I want to talk about Star Wars for a minute. I guess that's why I'm wearing the hat. So, a lot of people have asked me, Zeke, what have you thought of the Acolytes? What are your thoughts on the Acolytes? Very divisive. Very divisive. Some people like it. Some people hate it. What do I think of it? I'll be honest with you. I absolutely hate the show. And I stopped watching it, to be honest. I fell off after episode 4. But let me just say this. If you guys out there are enjoying it, I celebrate that. I'm glad that you're liking it. I wish I liked it. I want to like it. But I don't. What I want to do is I want to talk about Star Wars and how I personally believe they can fix it. I'm sure there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that will say, oh, here's how you can fix Star Wars. This is honestly just general notes. And this is not me just being a fanboy, you know, Star Wars isn't doing anything I want. No, I'm not. That's not me. You know, if you're looking for a Star Wars fan to be like, Star Wars isn't doing what I want them to do, you're in for some disappointment, because that has never been what my channel has been about. My channel has always been about being honest and giving constructive criticism about film. What does Star Wars need to do to fix, to be back in the glory days? First thing they need to do, the first and important thing they need to do, bye-bye Kathleen Kennedy. That's what they need to do first. Now, let me just say this. When Kathleen Kennedy was first announced as the head of Lucasfilm, I was like, that seems like an interesting choice. Steven Spielberg she's worked with Steven Spielberg. She's worked with George Lucas. George Lucas picked her to run Lucasfilm when he sold it to Disney. She obviously has not been the right person to lead Star Wars. There have been a lot of canceled Star Wars projects since she has taken over. First being this, Colin Trevorrow's Duel of the Fates, the original version of Episode 9, which a lot of people have read have seen that script and have heard the idea for what he wanted to do, and for some reason Kathleen Kennedy said, nope, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna play it safe. Let's get JJ to come in and make what I think is the worst Star Wars movie to have ever existed, which is The Rise of Skywalker. So you have Colin Trevorrow's movie. The Boba Fett solo movie, which Josh Trank was originally supposed to direct. And apparently, from what we've heard, it was going to be rated R. let's see, what else here? Speaking of Game of Thrones, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, their Star Wars trilogy, canned. Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron, even though some people have said Patty Jenkins' movie's still on the table, I highly doubt it. Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie, gone. Damien Lindelof, who was originally attached to write the Rey Solo movie that now Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy is directing, out. You know? Guillermo del Toro's Jabba the Hutt movie, not happening, even though I think that would have been pretty cool. Rangers of the New Republic, now that was a TV show, not happening. And another aspect that I don't think has been good for her is that she hasn't done what Kevin Feige did with the MCU. What the MCU did right from Phase 1 to Phase 3. Now, you can say whatever you want about Phase 4 and 5. Say whatever you want about it. From Phase 1 to Phase 3, Kevin Feige was able to map out a storyline, a 10-year storyline, that audiences were able to enjoy. And even if you had never seen a previous movie in the MCU, you could jump on board and enjoy it. And unfortunately, I don't feel like Star Wars has had that in a very long time. Star Wars hasn't had that. They have done a pretty good job with some, like, I think they've done, like, I don't care what you crybabies say. I love The Last Jedi. I really love The Last Jedi. Second favorite Star Wars movie, behind this one right here. I have grown to really like Rogue One. I think The Force Awakens is a very good movie. Yeah, they made Solo, which I didn't like, and Rise of Skywalker is pretty bad. There's been a lot of stuff that I liked. And when you look at the TV shows, there's been a lot of stuff that I've liked from the TV shows. Star Wars Visions is awesome. Andor is the best thing I think Disney has ever done with Star Wars. Mandalorian Season 1 and 2. I really liked Ahsoka. Didn't like the finale of Ahsoka, but I really liked Ahsoka. The final season of Clone Wars, I thought was great. I even started watching Tales of the Jedi, and I really like Tales of the Jedi. This new Star Wars has done some great things, and I see the potential with how great this franchise can be. But it just needs to be run by somebody who understands the franchise and who understands what the thing is that Kathleen Kennedy does not care about the material. She's a great producer, but she does not care about the Star Wars material. We're getting safe content. We're not getting challenging stories, you know. I think the reason why I thought Last Jedi was a great Star Wars movie is that it challenged you. It was... Now, yes, there were some stupid moments in it, don't get me wrong. Like, Canto Bight is easily one of the stupidest things they've ever done in a Star Wars film. But the way Rian Johnson delved into the Force and what he was able to do with the Force and what he did with Luke Skywalker, all of that was challenging you as an audience member. Andor is a show that challenges its audience, that doesn't treat its audience dumb. I don't want to turn this into an Acolyte hate review, but part of the problem with The Acolyte is that The Acolyte, unfortunately, treats its audience like it's not smart. And I think that's what Star Wars needs right now. Star Wars needs writers who will treat their audience smart. I think overall, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have proven that they love the material and they are fans of the material. And the way they've established their Mandalorian side of the Star Wars universe has been really great. I think, overall, I think it's been really good. Yeah, there have been some stumble blocks like Mandalorian Season 3, Book of Boba Fett. But overall, I think what they've done so far has been really good. But I think those are the kind of people that they need in charge of Lucasfilm, or at least people who understand the material, which is what a guy like Tony Gilroy does. Like, Tony Gilroy understands the material. He may not be like, I think Tony Gilroy, I think I remember him saying this in an interview, that he wasn't making Andor for Star Wars fans, that he was making it for an audience. In reality, he was able to do both. He was able to make a show for Star Wars fans, but also for an average audience. So, number one, get Kathleen Kennedy out of there. Number two, bring in have Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau be the creative directors of the franchise. Number three, bring back the movies. Bring Star Wars back to the movie theaters. Look, I have no problem with Star Wars doing television shows. I have no problem with it. I enjoy seeing Star Wars on television, if it's good. I enjoy seeing Star Wars on television if it's good. But we need stuff like this. We need theatrical experiences like this. Star Wars in particular was made for a big screen. You know, again, I'm not saying cancel the TV shows altogether. You can still make the TV shows, but we need the movies again. We need Star Wars movies. I want to be able to get excited for a Star Wars movie again. And the final thing I'm going to mention here is this. This is the final one I'm going to mention. Just tell great stories. It's that simple. Now look, I don't want to say that telling a story is easy. It's not. I'll tell you what. I've written so many of my own scripts. I know how difficult it is to write a script or write a story. Like, I know how difficult it is. I know how difficult it is to make a movie. It's really hard. It is really, really hard, especially when you are a person that wants perfection. It is difficult. Very difficult. But we can't keep telling lazy stories. We cannot keep going down the acolyte routes where we're just, let's just do whatever we want. Let's retcon some of the canon. Let's just do whatever we want. That's what we need. That's what Star Wars needs, and I think that's where their focus really has to go. Is that Star Wars needs to put out great movies, but they also need to tell great stories. So, with all that said, that will do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Let me know, guys, do you guys want to see more videos like this? Do you guys want to see this wonderful backdrop that I worked so hard to put together? I have an out of the theater reaction for A Quiet Place Day 1 coming tomorrow. What's the day? Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I need you guys to subscribe to the channel because Zeke the Geek said so. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.